be underway with the starting lineups in just a moment now. The weather in Los Angeles is delightful. Temperature in the 80s, breeze blowing out towards left field. So now let's pick up Phil Rizzuto with the starting lineups.
Last night we had Mickey Rooney sitting in back of us. Today, just to the right of the Angels dugout, Mr. and Mrs. Bing Crosby. Bing Crosby and his wife, Kathy Grant, sitting in the front box seat. They were just talking to Bill Wrigley, the skipper of the Angels, and Crosby was giving them a few tips on how to play the fielders and how to pitch the Mantles. Here are the lineups for today's ball game. Leading off and playing shortstop for the Yankees, Tony Kubek. Hector Lopez will be in left field, batting second. Batting in the third position and playing right field, Roger Maris. Mickey Mantle will be in center field, hitting in a cleanup spot. And one thing for sure, with these short fences, it's had Mantle swinging a little harder than he had been when he was in the groove. He's trying to hit one 9 miles when actually, as Mickey and Johnny Blanchard found out today, they hit him on the fist and knocked him out of this park. So Mickey said he's going to try and shorten his swing a little bit today and just meet the ball, and he'll hit line drives right on out of here. But Mantle will be in center field, hitting in the cleanup spot. Bill Skowron, who has had the same trouble. The fences look so short, they're trying to pull everything. Skowron will be at first base, batting fifth. Johnny Blanchard doing the catching and batting sixth. At third base, batting seventh, Clete Boyer. Bobby Richardson will be batting eighth and playing second base. And doing the pitching and batting ninth, Bob Shirley. For the Los Angeles Angels, Will Albie Pearson, who had a home run last night, his second of the year, will be in center field, leading off. Batting in the second position and playing second base, Ken Aspromonte. And this fellow was really red hot last night with a triple and 2 homers, Leon Wagner. Wagner will be in right field, batting third. Big Ted Krasuski will be at first base, batting in the cleanup spot. In left field will be Bob Serve. Serve will be batting fifth. Doing the catching and batting sixth, Earl Averill. And Averill has done a remarkable job for these Los Angeles Angels behind the plate, and at bat, too. Gene Leake will be at third base, batting seventh. Ricky Burkell hitting in the eighth position and playing shortstop. And doing the pitching and batting ninth will be Ronnie Klein, the big right-hander acquired from the St. Louis Cardinals. Here come the men in blue, the 4 umpires, walking down the left field foul line. And leading the pack will be Larry Knapp, who will be calling balls and strikes today. At first base, John Rice. Umpiring at second, Johnny Stevens. And the umpire at third base will be Harry Schwartz. As we told you, it's a gorgeous day for the ball game. Another capacity crowd, or a near capacity crowd. And Gene Autry, one of the big owners of the Los Angeles Angels, says that whenever he is close to a sellout, he will televise for the people's benefit who cannot get in this small ballpark. And so at the last minute, they have decided to televise this ball game, which is a big break for the Los Angeles fans. They've got a lot of interest in baseball. As a matter of fact, all sports in the Los Angeles area. And they are rapidly making more and more Angel fans. The Angels are a team like the old Brooklyn Dodgers, where everybody's feeling sorry for them. They've lost so many one-run games, and in the ninth inning with a 2-run lead, the other team will come up and tie it or go ahead. And so naturally, the way the public is, they feel sorry for the underdog, and they're getting a lot of rooters. And if they get anything like the Dodger fans and getting back at these Angels and support them, eventually, Gene Autry's plans to buy as many good ball players as he can or trade for them. They'll build this team into a pennant contender. Next year, the Angels are due to play their home games in the Chavez Ravine ballpark, being built by Walter O'Malley and the Los Angeles Dodgers. And, of course, there'll be a rivalry between Angel fans and Dodger fans, which makes for very interesting conversations after the ball game. Remember when the Yankees, the Dodgers, and the Giants were all in New York? Couldn't get a ride in a cab or go to the barber shop. Somebody would be arguing who was the better ball player, who was the best center fielder. And I think that makes it more interesting. Ronnie Klein this year will be making his appearance of the year. This will be his fourth start of the year. He has 1 run and lost none. Pitched a total of 24 innings, given up 22 hits and 10 runs, 9 of them earned, and has a 3.38 earned run average. He has allowed 2 home runs. For the New York Yankees, it'll be Bob Shirley. Shirley is making his 5th start of the year. He has won 3 and lost 1, and there go the Angels out on the field. Walking out towards the mound, the big right-hander Ronnie Klein. And now our national anthem. City and Wally Moses, the Yankees' third base and first base coaches, pop out of the dugout. There's a crow with that familiar trot of his going down to the third base coaching spot. Rossetti, as you know, got his start in the Pacific Coast League, as did Joe DiMaggio and many, many other great ball players who have not only been with the Yankees but other teams in the big league. This has been a good schooling field for the young ball players, Pacific Coast League. Tony Kubek standing to the side of home plate, ready to lead off against Ronnie Klein. Kubek is batting .297. He's 21 for 74. Scored 11 runs, has 3 doubles, 1 homer, and 2 RBIs. The standings in the league, for anybody interested in the American League, Detroit is 1 full game ahead of the New York Yankees. Detroit has won 14, lost 5. The Yankees have won 13, lost 6, followed by Minnesota, Baltimore, Cleveland, Kansas City, Boston, Chicago, Washington, and L.A. Tony Kubek steps into the batter's box. On deck is Hector Lopez. Ronnie Klein checks the sign, goes through all his motions before he's ready to pitch. Now the pitch to Kubek is taken inside, ball 1. Tony ran up as though to bunt, bluffed the body, had Gene Leake running in at third base. Ronnie Klein swings into the windup. Pitch to Kubek, over, strike 1 call. Keeps the ball in his glove, his right-handed back. He's got the sign, goes through his forehead, the peak of his cap, the back of his belt, now the windup. The pitch is a ground ball. Suzuki's up with it. Throws the Klein, covering his back to the out. A beautiful play by Big Ted Suzuki. It looked like a sure base hit. Boone went far to his right, got it just in the webbing of his glove, turned around like a ballet dancer and fired a perfect strike to Ronnie Klein, who was covering first base. So Big Clue, who can fool you, moves a lot faster than it looks like. He's so big. It brings up Hector Lopez. Hector batting .192. for 78, has scored 10 runs, has 1 double and 5 RBIs. On deck, Roger Maris. The pitch to Kubek is a curve in there, strike one call. One out, nobody on. Ball game just getting started. Hines wind up. His pitch is fouled back in the upper deck. Oh, almost a great play by a fan who had it, and then it dropped out of his hand. Nothing in 2, the count on Hector Lopez. The bleachers are full today. This is the first time in this series that the bleachers have been full. Here's the 2-strike pitch. High inside, ball 1. Ronnie Klein checking the sign from Earl Averill. A 1-ball, 2-strike count on Lopez. The pitch is pop, foul, and up on top of the roof. It looked a bit like a knuckleball. Klein has a knuckleball. Doesn't use it too often, mostly on the strikeout pitch. All right, again, the 1-2 delivery. Hit high and foul down the right field line and out of play. Hector Lopez checking his bat. He hit it right off the end, bouncing it on the ground, looking at the handle, and sees that it has a little split in it. And Lopez is going back to the bat rack for another bat. Small ballpark is Wrigley Field, but a good one to see the ball game. And from our vantage point in the radio booth there, as you look out over the sprawling city of Los Angeles, you see the mountains in the background. Not a trace of the smog that we've heard so much about back east. And the Angelinos, as they call the natives here, say it's highly overrated by the Easterners. All right, Ronnie Klein ready again. His knuckleball is hit on the ground to the shortstop. Patel is in, up with it, over to Krasuski, and it's through away. 2 up, 2 down here in the top of the first. It brings up Roger Maris. Maris batting .219 is 14 for 64. Has scored 13 runs, 2 doubles, 3 homers, and 12 RBIs. The pitch is low, ball 1. Pitch is line to left field. Third moving back and makes a running catch going back towards the wall on a solid line drive by Roger Maris. So in the top of the first inning for the New York Yankees, no runs, no hits, no Angel errors, nobody left in the score at the end of 1/2 inning of play. The Yankees nothing, and Los Angeles coming to bat.
Good news has a habit of traveling fast. People just naturally like to share it with their friends and neighbors. And today, that's how more and more people are finding out how good Atlantic Imperial gasoline really is. Hundreds of thousands of motorists have turned to Atlantic Imperial. They're making it a big seller in the East. Now, there must be a reason for such popularity, and that reason is simply this. Atlantic Imperial gasoline gives you everything you expect from a quality gasoline, and a little bit more. It actually ends rough idling, stalling, and gasoline waste caused by carburetor deposits that build up around the throttle plate. Remember, Atlantic Imperial cleans your carburetor as you drive and keeps it clean. I hope you'll stop by your Atlantic dealers and make it a habit to use Atlantic Imperial gasoline to keep your car on the go.
For the New York Yankees, as we told you, Bob Turley, who has won 3 and lost 1. He is 1-0 against Los Angeles this year. Albie Pearson will be leading off for the Los Angeles Angels, batting .250. The little left-hander is 13 for 52, 12 runs scored, 2 doubles, 2 homers, and 5 RBIs. Pitch to Pearson is high, ball 1 as he bluffs the bunt, and Boyer comes charging in. Albert Gregory Pearson, his full name, born September 12, 1934 at El Monte, California. 5 feet 5 3/8 inches. Weighed 141 pounds. Got to be the littlest man in professional ball or the big league. The pitch is high and tight, ball 2. 2-0 to Pearson. Coaching at third is Red Crest, and over at first, Bob Elliott. Curley swings into the windup. The pitch is high, ball 3, 3-0. Curley trying to aim that ball with a little target like Pearson up there. And you find 9 times out of 10 when a pitcher's aiming the ball, he can't get it over the plate. Pearson won 14 letters in high school in baseball, track, basketball, and football. The pitch is high, ball 4. Pearson walked on 4 straight pitches. Brings up Ken Aspromonte, the Angels' second baseman, batting .247. 18 for 73. Has scored 8 runs, 2 doubles, 2 homers, and 6 RBIs. No score in the bottom of the first. Darwin holding first against Pearson. Here's a stretch by Curley. The pitch to the plate is a curve that's low, ball 1 for the 5 straight balls that Curley has sent up to home plate. Joseph Aspromonte batting. Born September 22nd, 1931 at Brooklyn, New York. 6 feet tall and 180 pounds. Curley sets, Pearson leads away. The pitch is inside, bounces away, and there goes Pearson down to second and throw. And Pearson is out. A fine throw by Johnny Blanchard as Pearson got a late jump. The ball kicked out of Blanchard's glove, rolled about 10 feet to his left. Johnny threw off the mask, picked it up, and whirled and threw without looking and threw a strike to Richardson. And they had Pearson. A mighty pretty play to watch. Looked like Albie had it for a cinch. And that's 2 balls, no strikes on Aspromonte. Aspromonte led the Pacific Coast League while with San Francisco in batting in 1957. Pitch, strike 1, 2-1. There's the first strike Curley has thrown in the ball game. 1 out now and nobody on. The 2-1 delivery. Here's a ground ball is short. Trubeck up with it. Throw over to Scar and it's 2 away. That would have been a perfect double play ball had anybody been on first. And here's Leon Wagner. Wagner is batting .300 right on the nose, 15 for 50. Has scored. Let's see, he scored 4 runs. He's got to score more than that. He hit 5 homers. He's hit 2 doubles, a triple, and 5 homers, 11 RBIs. Pitch is a curve on the outside corner. Strike 1. Wagner has scored 9 runs. To Wagner, curveball is low inside, ball 1, 1-1. 2 out. On deck, Ted Krasuski. Wagner hit one over both walls here at the Wrigley Field Stadium. Takes a pitch on the outside corner, strike 2 call. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 2-strike delivery. Fastball is in there. Strike 3 called. Caught him looking. The fastball right down the middle. Wagner probably looking for the curveball. And for the Angels in the bottom of the first inning, no runs, no hits, no Yankee errors, nobody left. The score at the end of 1 full inning. The Yankees nothing and the Angels nothing. Remember, the Yankees, after leaving here, the Yankees will fly out tomorrow morning to Kansas City and will play the Kansas City A's Tuesday night and Wednesday night, then fly home to New York where they open their first long homestay, and it's not too long at that. Detroit comes in for a Friday night game on May the 12th. Saturday afternoon, which is a ladies' day, on the 13th, and a doubleheader on Sunday. All the noise for Mickey Mantle, who is walking up to home plate. Mantle has not had a base hit in this series so far, batting .315, 23 for 73. It's 1 double, 1 triple, 9 homers, and 24 runs batted in. He's also stolen 3 bases. All right, Ronnie Klein completes his warm-up. Mantle steps into the batter's box. Batting left-handed. Still moves in at third base. Outfield deep, just about straight away on Mickey. The pitch to Mantle, a curve is inside, ball 1. Here's the windup. The 1-0 pitch is high inside, ball 2, 2-0. Swings into the windup. The 2-0 pitch is a check swing and it's low, ball 3. Smith had all to do to hold that bat back on the low curveball. 3-0 on Mickey. Klein set the Yankees down 1-2-3 in the top of the first inning. Here's the 3-0 pitch. Strike call. Fastball down the middle. Bill Skowron on deck with Johnny Blanchard to follow. Here's the windup. The 3-1 delivery is strike 2. Mickey started a swing, checked it. It had the outside corner. That's 3 times since Mantle's been at bat this first time that he started a swing and checked his swing. 2 of them were balls, 1 a strike. All right, a full count on Mantle. Ronnie Klein ready. The payoff pitch is strike 3. Down on strikes after Klein was behind 3-0. He came in with 3 straight strikes. First strikeout for Klein. Here's Bill Skowron. The Moose is batting .276. 21 for 76. Has scored 10 runs. Has 3 doubles, 3 homers, and 13 RBI. Klein into the windup. The pitch is... see what it is. It's called the ball. Skowron started a swing and held up. Wait a minute. They want to know what the pitch is. Bill Wrigley throwing his arms up in the Angels dugout. Skowron has started to swing at it and checked. Matter of fact, he had a pretty good cut at that ball. If he'd have hit it, it might have gone out of here. But it's ball 1. The next pitch is strike 1. A swing and a miss at a side-on curveball. Batter's box a little bit, shaking his head. Johnny Blanchard on deck. Lead Boyer to follow. 1-1 pitch. Another curve in there. Strike two. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Klein never still out there for a moment. Moving around. Here's his windup. The knuckleball, boy, that really sailed, but it was high outside. Ball 2, 2-2. You can see that thing really moving. Count is even on Bill Scarron. No score. We're in the top of the second inning. 1 out, nobody on. Another knuckle. It almost hit Scarron. Boy, he just about got out of the way in time. Went right in back of his head. Full count on the Moose. Getting set now for the payoff pitch to Scarron. Klein is finally ready out on the mound. The pitch is strike 3, swinging. A curveball that broke low and away. And 2 consecutive strikeouts for Klein, Mantle and Scarron. And here's Johnny Blanchard. Johnny is 1 for 11 this year, has not scored a run. No extra base hits, has driven in 1 run. Batting .091. 2 out, nobody on. Hit about 4 or 5 out of the park in batting practice. So did most of the Yankees, but of course they were hitting just fastballs then. Pitch to Blanchard. Strike ball. Change up on the outside part of the plate. Klein into the windup. Pitch is just outside. Ball 1-1-1. Suzuki is guarding the line on Blanchard. 1-1 the count. Pitch is a ground ball over the pitcher's head. The second baseman has some money in. Up with it over to Suzuki inside. And the Yankees go down in order for the second inning in a row. Nothing across. The score at the end of an inning and a half. The Yankees nothing and the Angels nothing.
Even though the calendar tells us spring is officially here, winter can still be hanging on in the dirt-filled oil lubricating your car's engine. That's why now is the time to remember engines need spring cleaning too. So get rid of winter-weary motor oil that can no longer protect your engine. Stop at your Atlantic dealers for a change to the oil that comes in the bright gold can. High detergent, Atlantic Premium Motor Oil. And have him install a clean new oil filter. Then you'll be sure your engine is properly lubricated, free from dirt, ready for the new driving season. See your Atlantic dealer soon for a new oil filter and a change to Atlantic Premium Motor Oil in the bright gold can. It's the high detergent motor oil that spring cleans your engine and keeps your car on the go.
Suzuki leads off for the Angels here in the bottom of the second. Suzuki batting .255. 14 for 55 to score 10 runs, 2 doubles, 7 homers, and 12 RBIs. Fairly pitch to Suzuki is a curve low, ball 1. And the pitch is line foul down the right field line. 1-1 the count. As soon as they announced that Bing Crosby was sitting down in the box seats next to the Angels dugout. Everybody whips out the field glasses to look down. 1-1 the count on Suzuki. No score here. We're in the bottom of the second inning. The Yankees and the Angels at Wrigley Field. Curve is over. Strike two called. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Checks the sign from Johnny Blanchard. Here's the windup by Bob. Another curve just outside ball 2. Count even at 2-2. Blue waves that big bat over home plate. He's leaning practically over the plate. Curve is hit foul outside of first. Fielded by Bill Scarron. Count holds at 2-2. Bernard Krasuski. I didn't know his middle name was Bernard. I think I'll call him that next time I run it home. Here's the windup. 2-2 pitch outside and high ball 3. 3-2. Boy, he's a big man. 6'2", 245 pounds. The National League home run leader from 1953 to 56. Payoff pitch outside ball 4. He tried to curve him and just missed the outside corner. That's the second pass issued by Shirley. He walked Pearson in the bottom of the first, but Albee was thrown out trying to steal. Here's Bob Serve. Serve has not been playing too much. He's 9 for 54, 3-run score, 3 doubles, 2 homers, 6 RBIs, batting 167. Here's the stretch by Shirley. Scarron playing in back of Krasuski at first. They don't figure Ted to try and steal. The curve is high, ball 1. Robert Henry Serve, another big fella. 6 feet tall and 230 pounds. Serve's baseball idol was Joe DiMaggio. Idol of so many millions of baseball fans. Pitch low inside, almost hit Serve ball 2. 2-0. Having a bit of control trouble early in the ball game. Nobody out here in the bottom of the second. Here's the stretch by Shirley. The curve high inside, and Serve has to jump back out of the batter's box. 3 balls, no strikes. Time is called as Blanchard wants to run out and talk with Shirley. While Blanchard's out there, let's pause for station identification.
This is Quality Modern Radio, 1460 on your dial. WOKO, Albany, New York. WOKO time in 10 seconds, 5 p.m.
All right, ready to go again. 3-0 count on Serve. Here's the stretch. And the pitch. Inside again, ball 4. Well, Shirley has walked the first 2 men he's faced here in the bottom of the second. Puts Angel runners at first and second. Suzuki walking down at second base. Curve is at first. And it brings up the catcher, Earl Averill. Averill, 5'10", 190 pounds. Scarron is in at first base. Boyer is deep at third. They're not looking for the punt. Here's the stretch. The pitch inside almost hit Averill. Ball 1. Shirley has been wild inside, and Jim Coates is up in the Yankee bullpen. Now Scarron moves back at first base. Serve leading off first. Suzuki off second. No score in the ballgame. Here's a stretch. Pitch, curveball, high inside, ball 2, 2-0. And here comes Ralph Houk out of the Yankee dugout. Houk not going to take Curly out of there, but he wants to settle Bob down a little bit. Speaking of Earl Averill, the catcher, as we've told you, his dad was an outstanding ball player for the Cleveland Indians for a long, long time. Same name, Earl Averill. But this young Earl Averill won 8 letters in high school for baseball, basketball, and tennis, and 4 letters in college. The count. Houk runs back to the Yankee dugout. Curly now ready to pitch. Here's his stretch. Runners lead off first and second. The pitch is a ground ball just foul outside of third. That Averill was not waiting to be walked. He was up there cutting and slashing. And he pulled the pitch just foul. That would have been in there for extra bases. Batting .350. He's 14 for 40. Has scored 7 runs. Has 4 homers and 11 RBIs. He's been a big surprise, both behind the plate and at bat for the Angels early here in the 1961 season. All right, here's the stretch. The pitch, curve is high, ball 3, 3-1. With runners at first and second and nobody out in the bottom of the second inning. No score. The stretch. And the pitch is swung at and missed. Strike 2. Full count on Averill. Pitches early in the ball game. Ready now for the payoff pitch. Here's the stretch. The pitch is a curve hitting the ground to third. Boyer knocks it down. Picks it up, throws to first. He's trying to get Averill. Man, I don't know how Boyer got him. He picked up on a hard hit ground ball. It bounced off Boyer's chest on a bad hop. Rolled on the foul line side of third base. Ran over, picked it up, and fired across the first to get Averill. Both runners advanced. A fine play by Clete Boyer. Boy, that would have really put Curly in a jam. Would have had the bases loaded and nobody out. Now there are runners at second and third with 1 out, and Gene Leake, the third baseman, the batter. Leake batting .220, is 11 for 50. Has scored 3 runs, has 3 doubles and 3 RBIs. Right-hand hitter. The infield's back. Curly into the windup. The pitch to Leake. Curve is in there. Strike 1 call. Leake is 6 feet tall and 185 pounds. Right-hand hitter. Another curve in there. Strike 2 call. Curly got 2 quick, sharp-breaking curves over for called strikes. Leake's baseball idol was Ted Williams. Just about the greatest hitter in modern-day baseball, Ted Williams. All right, the windup. The 2-strike pitch, fastball, foul tip back. Curly figured he had him set up for the fastball after throwing those 2 curves. But Leake just got a piece of it. Leake was a football player, as well as a baseball player at Arizona University. Still attends the university in off-season. Nothing in 2 on a right-hand hitter. No score. Here's the windup. Curve is in there. Strike 3 call. Gene Leake looked at 3 curve balls that time. And Curly chalks up his second strikeout. Perfect spot to pick it up, where a ground ball or a fly ball would have scored a run. Now Fritzy Brickell, the batter. Brickell batting .128, 5 for 39, has scored 4 runs. No extra base hits, 1 RBI. Patel is 2 RBIs. Up the pitch to the right hand was a curve that's low, ball 1. Ronnie Klein is due to be the next batter, so Shirley can work on Chrissy Burtell with first base open, runners at second and third. Coach still loosening up in the Yankee bullpen. Pitch is a ground ball to third. Boyer is up with it. Fires across the sky and in time for the out. Boyer really roams that third base territory. He almost went in front of shortstop for that. For the Angels in the bottom of the second, no runs, no hits, no Yankee errors. 2 men left in the score at the end of 2 full innings. The Yankees nothing and the Angels nothing.
To somebody else. When it comes to cleaning the engine of your car, you can do exactly that. Just stop by your Atlantic dealers and he'll drain out dirt-saturated motor oil and refill with fresh, high-detergent Atlantic Premium Motor Oil. And be sure he puts in a clean new oil filter to protect those finely adjusted engine parts. Remember, now's the time to spring clean your engine with Atlantic Premium Motor Oil in the bright gold can. Detroit has gone ahead of the White Sox 7-6 as they play in the 8th inning in the first game of a doubleheader. Roy Sievers has hit 2 home runs, one of them a grand slam. Boston is playing Minnesota, and the Red Sox are leading 6-4 with the game in the 5th inning. Schilling hit a grand slam home run and Wirtz homered for the Red Sox. The Dodgers defeated the Pirates 4-2. Koufax is the winner, Witt the loser. The Giants beat the Phillies 7-0. Lowe's is the winner. And now we go into the top of the 3rd inning.
Cincinnati and Milwaukee, the Reds lead the Braves 5-4, playing the bottom of the 9th. None against Grabowski. Robinson, Post, Cardenas, and Coleman have all homered for Cincinnati. They're playing a doubleheader. The pitch is swung at and missed, strike 1, Arroyo. Chicago at St. Louis. The Cardinals, who were lucky last night. No, it wasn't the Cardinals either. It was Washington that got rained out. Anyway, they played 5 innings. The Cardinals were leading 4-2. The game was called because of rain, and the second game has been called off. They were supposed to play a doubleheader. So the Cardinals won it, and Brolio, who won a rain-shortened game earlier in the year, wins another one. Caldwell the loser. The next pitch to Boyer is outside, ball 2, 2-1 on Cleat. No score, nobody on and nobody out in the top of the 3rd. The pitch is swung at and missed, strike 2. 2 pitch, high, ball 3. Full count on Clete Boyer. On deck, Bobby Richardson. Here's the payoff pitch to Boyer. He tried to check his swing and popped the single right field. How do you like that? Clete Boyer tried to check his swing on a curveball, and he hit it so solidly that it got by Aspromonte in the right field. A single to right field. There's the first base hit of the ball game for either team. And it brings up Bobby Richardson. Boyer was up there batting .226. Bobby batting .238. Stretch by Klein. The pitch to Richardson is high, ball 1. Suzuki holds first against Boyer. passes. There goes the runner. The ball is lined to center field. Pearson coming in. Makes the catch. And Boyer halfway down hustles back to first base. A solid line drive on a hit and run. Bobby tried to punch that ball on the ground, but it took off. Carried to center field. One away. That'll bring up Bob Shirley. And now somebody on the Angel bench calls the leak, and he's coming in at third. The stretch. He squares around a bunt, bunts it foul, strike one. Dean Leak was playing deep, forgot about the possible sacrifice attempt, and then suddenly somebody on the Angel bench yelled at him, and he came storming in, and Shirley squared around the bunt. Fouled it off. No score in the top of the third. Quick throw to first. Boyer back. Here's the stretch. And the pitch. It's pointed in the air. Krasuski in. Makes a one-hand catch. No chance for the double play as Boyer strides in to first base. A nice play by Krasuski. Two-way, and here's Tony Kubek, who bounced to first base in the first inning. Boyer has now hit in 9 consecutive ball games for the Yankees. The pitch to Kubek, a ground ball to first base. Ascomani's up with it, slips the Klein in time to get Kubek. And there again, Kubek has tried to check his swing. And hit it pretty good. It got by Krasuski, but Ascomani was there to make the play. That goes 4-1, the pitcher covering. For the Yankees, in the top of the third, no runs on 1 hit. No Angel errors, 1 man left, and the score at the end of 2.5 innings. The Yankees nothing, and the Angels nothing.
This time of year, you've probably been cleaning up the house and yard. But did you know that your car's engine needs spring cleaning too? After months of stop-and-go driving like this, your motor oil is saturated with dirt so that it can't lubricate your car properly. And the same dirt clogs your oil filter so that it can't give your engine real protection. Protection you'll need during the months of driving pleasure ahead. Yes, your engine needs spring cleaning. Now, before you start the warm weather driving season, see your Atlantic dealer and have him drain out the old dirt-saturated motor oil. He'll replace that clogged oil filler with a clean new one and refill with high detergent Atlantic Premium Motor Oil in the bright gold can. Stop at your Atlantic station soon for a new oil filter and a change to Atlantic Premium Motor Oil to keep your car on the go.
We have the head of the Yankee publicity department sitting up here, Bob Bissell. Bob, you got anything of interest for the Yankee fans back home? Just come on out and see them when they get home, huh? Next Friday night with the Tigers. That's always an exciting team. That's right, they are. They're back in first place, so anything happens when the Yankees and the Tigers meet, that's for sure. Ronnie Klein leading off for the Angels here in the bottom of the third. Curley's first pitch is low, ball 1. Klein batting .286. He's 2 for 7. Hasn't scored, hasn't an extra base hit or driven in a run. Curley's next pitch, sidearm fastball, low inside, ball 2, 2-0. Walks out of the batter's box, looks down at Red Crest coaching at third. Crest probably gave him the take sign. Here's the windup. The pitch is outside, ball 3, 3-0. Curley has given up 3 walks so far in the ball game. Pearson in the first, Krasuski in serve in the second. There's no score. We're in the bottom of the third. Pitch is in there for a call strike, 3-1. Curley takes a deep breath out on the mound. Here's his windup. And the pitch. Strike 2 call. Full count on Ronnie Klein. Shirley gets set for the payoff pitch. Here's his windup. Pitch is strike 3, swinging a high fastball. Shirley gets his third strikeout of the ball game. It brings up little Albie Pearson, who walked in the first inning, and then tried to go to second on a short fastball. It wasn't actually a fastball. It popped out of Blanchard's glove, and Blanchard made a fine play, picking it up and throwing Pearson out. Left-hand hitter. 1 out, nobody on. Boy away in at third base. The pitch to Pearson. High outside, ball 1. Pearson walked on 4 straight pitches in the first inning. On deck, Ken Aspromonte. Here's the windup. Pitch is a line foul on the first base line. 1-1. Strike on Pearson. 1 out, nobody on. Shirley swings into the windup. Curve is high outside, ball 2. 2-1. All right, Shirley ready again for the 2-1 pitch to Pearson. Albie takes it outside, ball 3. 3-1. Boyer remains way in at third base. Nadler is shading Pearson a little bit in right center field. The 3-1 pitch. Swing and a high fly to right field. Now it's moving back, and that ball is out of here for a home run. Shirley, and it's a home run. Pearson's third of the year, and the Angels leading 1-0 in the bottom of the third. Brings up Ken Aspromonte, who bounced to the shortstop in the first inning. Here's Shirley's pitch. It's a curve that's inside, ball 1. It doesn't take much to hit one out of this ballpark. We've been telling you that. You probably get sick of hearing it, especially with the wind blowing out, though, today. Pearson didn't seem to hit that ball real well, but it carried right on out of here. Fastball is high, ball 2, 2-0. 39 down the right field foul line and 340 down the left field foul line. Now, that's fairly long in itself, but then the fences go straight out. They don't wind out. And as a result, in left center and right center, it's not too deep. The pitch curve outside and high, ball 3. 3-0, and looks like we're going to get a call down the bullpen. They want somebody to loosen up. Jim Coates had been loosening up. Jim Coates again getting up. The 3-0 pitch is in there, strike 1 call. 3-1 on Aspromonte. Fairly ready. This pitch is a curve that's low, ball 4. The fourth walk given up by Shirley. Aspromonte down at first with 1 away. Here's Leon Wagner, who was called out on strikes in the first inning. Blanchard is out to the mound talking with Shirley. Left-hand hitting Leon Wagner. Last night stroked a triple and 2 homers. Darren holding first against Aspromonte. On deck, Ted Suzuki. Here's a stretch by Shirley. Pitch is a curve that's high, ball one. Shirley has won 3 and lost 1 this year, but he's had control trouble in just about every game, though not quite as much as he's having this early in this ball game. Again, Shirley set. Curve outside, ball 2, 2-0. Aspromonte is stealing second base after each pitch. Has got Blanchard hopping out of that catcher's box. Also trying to bother Shirley a little bit. 2 balls, no strikes on Wagner. Here's the stretch. The pitch, curveball, swung it, and this strike one, and what a cut he had. He went all the way around and ended up in the right-hand batter's batting box. Two balls, one strike. And they've got that charge yell here. A fellow plays the trumpet a few notes, and then everybody yells charge. All right, 2-1 on Wagner. Another curve, line to center field. Mantle right there. Makes the catch. Boy, Wagner hit that ball right on the nose, but right at Mantle. Solid line drive. Got good wood on that one. That's 2 out. And here's Ted Kluszewski, who walked in the second inning. Kluszewski has 7 homers and 12 RBIs this year. This fella could hit him out of here with just one hand. Aspromonte at first. 1-0. The Angels lead, bottom of the third. Stretch by Shirley. Change up outside, ball 1. Deck Bob serve. Again, Shirley sets. Aspromonte leading off first. Curveball is in there. Strike 1, 1-1. Asked for time, steps out of the batter's box to get a little dirt. Rub it on his hand. Real warm day here at Wrigley Field in Los Angeles. Sun shining brightly. Here's a stretch by Shirley. Changeup is low. Ball 2, 2-1. Digs a deep hole for his back foot. Right foot is right on the inside line of the batter's box, at 2-3 inches from home plate. Here's the stretch by Shirley. Pitch, another curve, high, ball 3. 3-1 the count. Johnny Blanchard rubs up the ball and walks halfway out to the mound before firing it back to Shirley. Shirley then picks up the rosin bag, rubs up the ball a little more. 3-1 count on Kluszewski with 2 out. Aspromonte, who walked, is at first base. Albie Pearson's homer here in the top of the third has given the Angels their 1-0 lead. Shirley sets. The pitch is a curveball, base hit to right field. He broke his bat and still got a base hit. Aspromonte moves into third base. Madison's throw comes into third, and Boyer makes a nice play on a short hop. Kluszewski broke his bat and singled past Scarron into right field. That's the second hit off Shirley. And now the Angels have runners at first and third. 2 out, and Bob Serve, who walked in the second inning, the batter. playing deep in the outfield deep on third. Boyer is in short left field. Here's the stretch. The pitch to third. It's a ground ball to third. Boyer backs up on it. The long throw is in time. Skowron just did hold his foot on the bag. So for the Angels, in the bottom of the third inning, 1 run on 2 base hits. No Yankee errors. 2 men left. And the score at the end of 3 full innings. Los Angeles 1, New York nothing.
Have your Atlantic dealer drain out dirty winter oil, replace your oil filter, and refill with the oil in the bright gold can. Atlantic Premium Motor Oil. Let's pause for station identification. This is the home of Champions Network.
This is Quality Modern Radio, 1460 on your dial, WOKO, Albany, New York. WOKO time, 27 and a half minutes past 5.
Lead 1-0. The Yankees will have Lopez, Maris, and Mantle coming up to face Ronnie Klein. And as we told you, the Yankees will be home Friday night, May the 12th, to play the Detroit Tigers. And again on Saturday afternoon, which will be Ladies' Day, the 13th, and a doubleheader on the 14th. And after a day off, they play the Washington Senators, a night game Tuesday night, May the 16th, and an afternoon game on the 17th, Wednesday. Hector Lopez, who bounced to the shortstop in the first inning, leads off here in the top of the 4th. Yankees have had 1 man reach first base. Clete Boyle, who singled. Pitch to Lopez. Curve over, strike 1 call. Kansas City leading Baltimore 4-2 at the end of 6. Cleveland beat Washington in the first game 4-2. They lead in the second game 1-0 at the end of 2. And Detroit leads the White Sox 8-6 at the end of 8.5 innings in their first game of a doubleheader. Here's the windup. Changeup is hit foul at the plate, strike 2. Boston leads Minnesota 8-5 at the end of 5.5. They're playing a single game. The Dodgers beat the Pirates 4-2 this afternoon. The Giants shut out the Phillies 7-0. Cincinnati beat Milwaukee in the first game of a doubleheader 5-4. And the Cardinals beat the Cubs 4-2 in an abbreviated game because of rain. The pitch is a little bit high, ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes. For the 1 ball, 2 strike delivery. Pitch is a ground ball back to the pitcher. Klein gloves it one-handed. Throws to Kluszewski and it's 1 away. Kluszewski holds his glove out like the catcher does for a target from the pitcher whenever the infield is or the pitcher's throwing a ground ball to him. Here's Roger Maris, who lined out to left field in the first inning. Nobody on. 1-0 the Angels lead, top of the 4th. On deck, Mickey Mantle. Pitch to Maris is over, strike 1. Maris had started a swing and held up. Quite a few Yankee hitters have been doing that on Klein's deliveries. The 1-strike pitch. Foul ball back out of play. Nothing in 2 on Maris. Here's the windup. Pitch inside. Tight, really tight. Brushed Maris back. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And the pitch, knuckleball hit on the ground, up the middle, a base hit for Maris. Albie Pearson up with the ball. And Ken Astromonte was playing Maris in the hole. He didn't have a chance once it got by Klein. And here's Mickey Mantle. Mickey struck out in the second inning. One away. By Klein. Pitch is a ground foul at the plate, strike one. One strike on Mantle. On deck is Phil Skowron. Here's the stretch by Klein. Pitch inside. Ball 1-1-1. Suzuki holding first against Maris as Klein sets. Roger leads off first. The pitch, he checked his swing but fouled it back into the upper deck. Time Mickey was up, he tried to check his swing 2 or 3 times and couldn't do it. All right, here's a stretch by Klein. Pitch. He checked his swing that time, and it's ball 2. Mantle started his swing, and he just did hold up. You hear everybody in the ballpark, they thought he had gone far enough. Delivery is throwing the Yankee hitters off. Matter of fact, Clete Boyer got a base hit on a check swing. Single to right field. Astromonte playing way in the hole on Mantle. The 2-2 pitch. Low, ball 3. Full count on Mickey. And with 1 out, let's see if Roger will be going. The Angels lead 1-0 here in the top of the third. There goes Maris, a ground ball to first base. Suzuki is up with it, steps on the bag. Mantle is out, but Maris moves down to second base. And here's Phil Skowron, who struck out in the second inning. Mickey has hit just 1 ball good in this series. That was a line drive to the right fielder. Still looking for his first base hit here at Wrigley Field. 2 out, the tying run at second. Johnny Blanchard on deck. Skowron the batter. Here's the stretch. The pitch is a ground ball to second base. Astromonte on the big hop. Over to Suzuki for the out. And for the Yankees in the top of the 4th, no runs on 1 hit. No Angel errors, 1 man left. The score at the end of 3.5 innings, Los Angeles 1, the Yankees nothing.
Even though the calendar tells us spring is officially here, winter can still be hanging on in the dirt-filled oil lubricating your car's engine. That's why now is the time to remember engines need spring cleaning too. So get rid of winter-weary motor oil that can no longer protect your engine. Stop at your Atlantic dealers for a change to the oil that comes in the bright gold can. High detergent Atlantic Premium Motor Oil. Have him install a clean new oil filter. Then you'll be sure your engine is properly lubricated, free from dirt, and ready for the new driving season. See your Atlantic dealer soon for a new oil filter and a change to Atlantic Premium Motor Oil in the bright gold can. It's the high detergent motor oil that spring cleans your engine and keeps your car on the go.
To third third base in the second inning will lead off for the Angels here in the bottom of the fourth. Los Angeles leading 1-0. Right-hand hitting catcher. Bob Curley out on the mound. Bob has been wild and has gotten him in trouble, and yet the only run scored off Curley was a home run by Albie Pearson. The windup by Curley. The pitch to Averill. The curve is inside, ball one. Outfield deep and around towards left on Averill. Holds that bat right down at the end. Low curve in there. Strike one, 1-1. Checks the sign from Blanchard. Swings into his windup. 1-1 pitch. Sidearm fastball way outside. Ball two. 2-1 the count. Curley's given that Rosenberg a workout today. All right, ready for the 2-1 delivery. Curve is in there, strike two. 2-2. All right, now the 2-2 delivery on the way. Another curve, swung at and missed, strike three. Curley chalks up his fourth strikeout of the year, of the ball game. Now that I've said it, let's see how many strikeouts Curley has. Before today, Curley had struck out 19, so that gives him 23. One behind Whitey Ford, who leads the Yankees in that department. Here's Gene Leake, who was called out on strikes in the second inning. Curley's first pitch is a slow curve high, ball one. Pitch is outside, ball two, 2-0. Larry Knapp calling balls and strikes today. Johnny Rice is at first, Johnny Stevens at second, and Harry Schwartz over at third. The 2-0 pitch. The curve popped in the air. Bobby Richardson flips the glasses down, shading his eyes. Kubek is over in case he needs help. Richardson makes the catch. 2 outs. Brings up Fritzy Burkell, who bounced to third base in the second inning. 2 out, nobody on. The Angels leading 1-0 in the bottom of the fourth. Burkell, right-hand hitter with an open stance. Curley's pitch is low outside, ball one. He holds that bat right down at the end. Pitch is a swing and a miss, strike one, 1-1. Went after the fastball. Full house here today at Wrigley Field. The 1-1 pitch is low, ball two, 2-1. Pitch is a curve that's in there. Strike two, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Now the 2-2 delivery. Curveball hit on the ground. 1 hop back to Curley. Curley to scouring for the out. So for the Angels in the bottom of the fourth, no runs, no hits, no Yankee errors, nobody left to score at the end of 4 full innings. Los Angeles 1 and the Yankees nothing. The reason I was chuckling just then, Mickey Rooney is sitting in back of us again today, and he's advising the hitters how to hit fairly. And when the Angel pitcher is out there, Ronnie Klein, yelling for him that they got 7 good men in back of him. He's quite a baseball fan, I'd say it. But right now, I'd like to mention that the second half of this game is being brought to you by the Crisp Refresher Valentine Beer. And your first swallow, and every one to follow, tells you why over 5 million glasses of Valentine beer are enjoyed each day. Another quick look at the scoreboard. Kansas City 4, Baltimore 2 at the end of 6. Cleveland beat Washington in the first game 4-2, and the Indians lead 1-0 at the end of 2.5 of the second. Detroit beat Chicago 8-6 in the first game of a doubleheader. Boston leading Minnesota 8-5 at the end of 6.5 innings, single game. Dodgers beat the Pirates in a single game 4-2. Giants shut out the Phillies 7-0. First game of a doubleheader, Cincinnati beat Milwaukee 5-4. Bond was the loser in that one, by the way. And in a game called because of rain at the end of 5 innings, the Cardinals beat the Cubs 4-2. Johnny Blanchard, who bounced to second base in the second inning, leads off for the Yankees here in the top of the 5th with the Angels leading 1-0. Yankees have had 2 base hits, both of them singles, one by Boyer and one by Maris. The Angels got their run on a homer by Albie Pearson in the 3rd inning. Here's Ronnie Klein's pitch to Blanchard, a swing and a miss, strike 1. Clete Boyer. The wind-up and the 1-strike pitch outside, ball 1-1-1. All right, Klein ready. 1-1 pitch is a high pop-up to the infield. Bertel back. Aspromani back. Aspromani calling for it and makes the catch in short center field. One away. Brings up Clete Boyle, who singled in the 3rd inning. One out, nobody on. Here's Ronnie Klein's first pitch to Boyer. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Here's the 1-strike delivery. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Nothing in 2 on Boyer. They were both fastballs. Klein has been throwing a lot of breaking stuff, but that time he flipped 2 fastballs by Clete. The 2-strike pitch. A fly ball to short right field. And dropping in there for a base hit. Wagner is up with it. Clete Boyer just reached out and flipped his bat at that ball, hit it off the end of the bat, and dropped a single in short right field near the foul line. So Clete has 2 of the 3 hits off Ronnie Klein. And here's Bobby Richardson, who lined to center field in the 3rd inning. 1 away. Angels lead 1-0, top of the 5th. Pazuski holds first against Boyer. Here's the stretch. Pitch to Richardson. A ground ball is short. Bertel steps on second, throws to first. The throw is wild and goes in the Yankee dugout. Bertel had himself an easy double play. He caught the ball near second, stepped on second, but then threw high over Krasuski's head right in to the Yankee dugout. So Bertel is charged with an error after erasing Boyer on the front end of what looked like a cinch double play. Then moving down to second on the throwing error, Bobby Richardson. That brings up Bob Shirley. Shirley popped out to first base in the third inning, attempting the bunt. Bob has 3 RBIs on the year. Richardson leads off second. Here's a stretch by Klein. Pitch to Shirley. Low outside, ball 1. One ball, no strikes on Shirley. Klein steps back off the pitching rubber. Now he's back, checking the sign from Averill. Here's a stretch. The pitch is a swing and a miss, strike 1 on a change-up curveball. Tony Kubek is on deck. Here's the stretch by Klein. Pitch is a swing and a miss at a fastball, strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Fine, ready again. Pitch. Foul down the right field line, going back out of play in the upper deck. They have 2 decks here, a lower deck and an upper deck, no mezzanine. One ball, 2 strikes on Shirley. Here's the stretch. Pitch. Strike 3, swinging. Got him on a breaking pitch. Third strikeout for Klein. For the Yankees in the top of the 5th. No runs, 1 hit, 1 error by the Angels, and 1 man left. And the score at the end of 4.5 innings, Los Angeles 1, New York 0.
The quick refresher, precisely right. Lively golden, the crystally clear. The quick refresher, Valentine. Valentine beer. Everybody clap your hands, tap your feet. Snap your fingers. And that's the word for Valentine. The quick refresher. Valentine. Sing it again. Oh, Valentine. The refresher.
Beer. Since 1840.
America's finest.
Ronnie Klein gets a nice hand as he steps into the batter's box, leading off here in the bottom of the 5th. Klein struck out in the 3rd inning. Big right-hand hitter. Shirley's first pitch is swung at and missed, strike 1. Klein was going for the long ball that time. Here's the windup by Shirley. Slow curve is high, ball 1, 1-1. The 1-1 pitch. Another curve. Outside, ball 2. 2-1 the count. Swings into the windup. 3-1. Three balls, one strike to count. Nobody out, nobody on here in the bottom of the fifth. The pitch, strike two call. Full count. Here's the payoff pitch. Foul back in the upper deck. On Ronnie Klein. On deck is Albie Pearson, whose home run is the only score in this ball game. All right, once again, the 3-2 delivery. Strike three call. Ronnie Klein caught looking at that fastball. Strikeout number 5 to Shirley. And that ties Bob with Whitey Ford for the most strikeouts on the Yankees, 24. And here's Albie Pearson. The little guy has captured the imagination of these Angels fans. He walked in the first inning and homered in the third inning. Shirley's pitch is high inside, ball one. And naturally the fans get on Shirley a little bit. Pitch. Low, ball two. You wonder how you could pitch low to Pearson, but that one was low. 2 balls, no strikes. Pearson pounds the bat down on the plate. The 2-0 pitch. In there, strike one call. And Pearson pounds the bat down harder on the plate. He took that fastball, a good pitch. Now the 2-1 pitch. Curve is high, ball 3-1. Pearson hit his home run on the 3-1 count in the third inning. Albie has 3 homers on the year. Here's a 3-1 pitch. He takes it low for ball 4. Pearson has had a perfect day, 2 walks and a homer. That's the 5th walk given up by Shirley. And it brings up Ken Aspromonte, bounces short and walks. Only in the 4th inning did Shirley not walk a man. He's walked at least 1 or more in every other inning. Aspromonte the batter. Skowron holding first against Pearson. Aspromonte's a pretty good hit-and-run man, and Pearson likes to run the bases. So the Angels might try a little tricky work around now. Here's a stretch. The pitch is outside, ball 1. Pearson leads off first. The pitch is fouled in the upper deck. Aspromonte trying to slice that ball to right field. 1-1 the count. One ball, one strike. Here's a stretch. And Shirley steps back off the rubber. go again. The 1-1 pitch. Curveball is low, ball 2. 2-1. One strike on Aspromonte. 1 out. Pearson is first. The Angels lead 1-0 in the bottom of the 5th. Now the stretch. Throw to first. Pearson's back. All right, Albie got a good lead off first. There he goes, and the ball is fouled. Shirley slipped off the mound, but he threw a good pitch. Actually, Bob didn't want to throw that tight pitch. He's got a big grin on his face. As he started to throw the ball, it looked like his spike shoe caught on something, and then he slipped a little. Aspromonte was fooled on the delivery, and Pearson, with a good jump, could have stolen second, but Aspromonte swung through and fouled it. 2-2 the count. No wonder that Shirley got that ball anywhere near the plate. Here's the stretch by Turley. The pitch is hit on the line in the left field. Lopez over. He makes the catch. Hustling back to first is Pearson. A line drive deep in the left field corner, but Hector Lopez was playing Aspromonte over there. He made the catch, and here's Leon Wagner, who was called out on strikes and lined out to center field. At first. Stretch by Turley. Pitch to Wagner is a curve swung and a missed strike one, and Wagner went all the way around and almost fell down. He makes the catch. Hustling back to first is Pearson. A line drive deep in the left field corner, but Hector Lopez was playing Aspromonte over there. He made the catch, and here's Leon Wagner, was called out on strikes and lined out to center field. Two outs. Pearson at first. Stretch by Turley. Pitch to Wagner is a curve swung and a missed strike one, and Wagner went all the way around and almost fell down. He really had a cut at that ball. Blanchard goes out to talk with Turley. Nothing in one the count on Wagner. His hands apart on the bat. He's got a space between his right and left hand. Here's the stretch. Another curve. Hit high and deep to right field. That one is gone. Way back and over everything out of the ballpark. His sixth home of the year, his third home run in 2 games against the Yankees on a change-up curveball deep over the bleachers and out into the street. The Angels now lead 3-0. And Jim Coates is up in the Yankee bullpen. Here's Ted Krasuski, walks and single to right. Pitch to Clue, outside, ball 1. Leon Wagner now hit his 6th consecutive game with that home run. And he tagged that. The pitch to Krasuski is line of right field. Harris going back and makes the catch back against the wall. Boy, Krasuski really hit that on the nose. managed to get only 3 base hits. For the Angels in the bottom of the 5th, 2 runs, 1 hit. No Yankee errors. Nobody left. The score at the end of 5 full innings, the Angels 3 and the Yankees nothing. We pause for station identification.
Thank you, Phil. This is Quality Modern Radio, 1460 on your dial, WOKO, Albany, New York. WOKO time, 1 minute past 6.
The Yankees thunder here at Wrigley Field by going for the long ball. And that Wagner has been a spoiler, I'll tell you that. Take a look at the scoreboard, see if anything has happened. Yes, it has. Baltimore tied up Kansas City 4-4 at the end of 7. Cleveland beat Washington 4-2 the first game. The Indians lead 1-0 at the end of 3.5 of the second. Detroit beat Chicago in the first game 8-6. Boston leads Minnesota 10-8 at the end of 7.5 innings. The Dodgers beat the Pirates 4-2. The Giants shut out the Phillies 7-0. Cincinnati beat Milwaukee in the first game 5-4. It's 0-0 at the end of 1 of the second. And the Cardinals beat the Cubs 4-2 in a game that was called at the end of 5 innings because of rain. Here's Tony Kubek for his third look at Ron Klein. Bounce to first and bounce to second. To Kubek, strike on the outside corner. The only hard-hit ball, well, there have been 2 of them that the Yankees have hit. Maris lined out to left field, and Richardson lined out to center. Larry Knapp is going out to talk with the pitcher, Ronnie Klein, and they're kicking around out on the mound. And Larry Knapp wants one of the groundskeepers to come out. As we told you before, Turley slipped as he was delivering a pitch. His spike shoe caught in the dirt out there. Now Ronnie Klein has been kicking up quite a storm. So Larry Knapp wants him to do something about it. Bill Rigney, the Angels skipper, is out there too, along with Ted Krasuski. First, we thought Knapp was going out there. Maybe some of the Yankee hitters or the Yankee bench were complaining that Klein throws a spitter. He has been accused of that. Because in every pitch, he goes up around his mouth, into his cap, into his belt, and throws. One strike on Kubek. The pitch is bunted foul to the left of the plate. Strike 2. And 2 on Kubek. Tony had run all the way down to first, not realizing that it had kicked foul, so he's just now walking back to the plate. All right, Tony's ready. So is Klein. Here's the 2-strike pitch. Ground ball to third. Gene Leake up. Oh, he was lucky to get that. Throw to first in time for the out. The reason I say Leake was lucky to get that, he came up with his glove, and it just caught in the very tips of the fingers. You could see the white sticking out, and he had to look twice to make sure he had it. Almost scooted through his legs. 1 away. Kubek bounces out third to first. Here's Hector Lopez, bounce to short, and then hit back to the box. He's 0 for 2. The Yankees have had 3 base hits, and they were not hit hard. The pitch to Lopez. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Boyer tried to check his swing and single to short right field. And then the second time, Boyer hit one off the end of his bat in short right field. And Maris hit a ground ball up the middle of center. The only 3 hits off Ronnie Klein. Pitch, low curve, swung and a miss, strike 2. 0-2. One of the groundskeepers now has a rake in his hand. I imagine he'll wait till the end of this inning. Go out there and soften up the dirt a little bit. 1 out, nobody on. The Pitch. Ground ball to short. Raquel coming in. Up with it. Over to Kluszewski. In time. He almost threw that one over closed head. 2 away. And here's Roger Maris, who lined to left and singled. Nobody on. 3-0 the Angels lead. This is the top of the 6th inning. Pitch to Roger. Change up line. Foul. Look out, Wally. Almost hit Wally Moses in the Yankee coaching box. Ball kicked out to short right field where Leon Wagner had to retrieve it. Two homers have accounted for all the Los Angeles runs. Albie Pearson a solo homer and Leon Wagner a homer with Pearson on board. 1 strike on Maris. Pitch inside, ball 1, 1-1. The 1-1 pitch. Swing and a fly ball to short right center field. Pearson coming on. He can't get it. It drops for a base hit. Maris gets his second base hit. A soft single to short right center field. Hit number 4 up line. Maris has 2 and Boy has 2. And here's Mantle. Struck out and bounced to first base. Wrigley wants Kluszewski to play in back of the runner at first. Bill Skowron on deck with 2 outs. Here's a stretch by Klein. Pitch to Mickey is foul ball, strike 1. That one down off Mickey's right foot and kicked all the way down to first base. 1 strike on Mickey, and that hurt. He hit it right down off his right foot. Dick still standing outside of the batter's box, tapping his toe, trying to see if there's any life in it now. It's probably numb. Now Mickey steps back in the batter's box. He's not quite ready. Now he's ready. 1 strike on Mickey. Here's the stretch. And the pitch is in there. Strike 2. Mantle checked his swing, but it was in there. Nothing in 2 on Mantle. Klein. Pitch high inside. Mantle has to duck back out of the way. Ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 3-0 the Angels lead. Top of the 6th. 2 outs. Here's the stretch. And the pitch. Foul back up over the roof, out of play. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Mantle. Klein checks the sign from Averill. Maris leads off first base. Here's the stretch. The pitch. Strike 3 balls. For Klein, second time he got Mantle for the Yankees in the top of the 6th. No runs, 1 hit, no Angel errors, 1 man left to score at the end of 5.5 innings. Los Angeles 3 and the Yankees nothing.
refreshers, icily light. With true lager flavor, precisely right. The crisp refreshers, precisely right. Lively golden, crystally clear. The crisp refresher, Valentine beer.
With your first swallow and everyone to follow, today's Valentine delivers a funny, mellow taste that really refreshes. Since people know quality when they taste it, over 5 million glasses of Valentine beer are enjoyed every day.
So clap your hands, tap your feet, snap your fingers. And that's the man for Valentine. The crisp refresher. Valentine beer.
Since 1840,
America's finest.
In the bottom of the 6th inning, Bob Serve walks past the third, leading off the Angels. They lead 3-0. The pitch to Serve is hit on the ground at third. Boyer up with a big hop. Over to Scar and one away. Here's Earl Averill. Averill bounced to third and struck out. Nobody on. Bob Shirley ready out on the mound. The windup by the right-hander. Pitch to Averill is a curve that's slow, ball 1. Nothing pitch. Fastball, foul, back up on the roof, out of play. Strike 1, 1-1. Yankees and the Angels here at Wrigley Field in Los Angeles, California, before a packed house. They've each won one game in this 3-game series. This is the final game of the series. 1-1 pitch. A drive to left center field. Lopez digging over and makes the catch of a hard hit ball. He hit some hard shots off Shirley. That's 2 out, and here's Gene Leake, the third baseman. Called out on strike, popped up to Richardson at second base. Is a curve that's high, ball 1. The 1-0 pitch. Change up, line to left field. There's a base hit for Leake. And Leake has now hit in 8 consecutive ball games. He hit that high change of pace about eye high, a line single to left. Hit number 4 off Shirley. Here's Fritzy Brickell. Brickell bounced to third, hit back to the box. There goes Mickey Rooney giving batting tips to Fritzy Brickell again. Here's the stretch. Serve is high, ball 1. A curve in there, strike 1, 1-1. Darren holding first against Gene Leake. On the count. Here's the stretch. Pitch is another curve, this one high, ball 2, 2-1. The pitch is swung at and missed, strike two. Sammy Snead got a 69 to win the Tournament of Champions out at Las Vegas, California. Tommy Bolt finished second. Here's the stretch. The pitch is strike three, swinging. Strikeout number 6 for Turley, and for the Angels in the bottom of the 6th, no runs, 1 hit, no Yankee errors, 1 man left. The score at the end of 6 full innings for the Angels: 3 runs, 4 hits, no errors, and 5 men left. And for the Yankees, no runs on 4 hits, no errors, and 4 men left. Check that the Angels did make 1 error. On the scoreboard in the American League, Baltimore 4, Kansas City 4, playing the bottom of the 9th out at Kansas City. Sullivan and Hankins homered in that game. Cleveland beat Washington 4-2. Woodling hit a home run in the 9th. In the second game, it's Cleveland 1, Washington nothing at the end of 5. Detroit beat Chicago 8-6. Jake Wood homered for Detroit. Roy Sievers had 2 for the White Sox, 1 with 1 on and 1 with the bases loaded. Detroit has scored 1 run in the top of the 1st of the second game. Boston leads Minnesota 10-7 at the end of 8 innings. Wirtz, Schilling, Killebrew had 2 homers in that ball game. Dodgers beat the Pirates 4-2. Giants shut out the Phillies 7-0. Cincinnati beat Milwaukee 5-4, and St. Louis beat the Cubs 4-2. Here at Wrigley Field in Los Angeles, the Angels lead the Yankees 3-0. As we get ready to go in the top of the 7th inning. And coming over to carry you the rest of the way will be Mel Allen.
Hello there, everybody. Bill Skowron up at bat in the first of the 7th. Struck out and grounded to second. Klein into the windup, and the delivery swung on and missed. Strike 1. Right-hander's next pitch is swung on and missed. Strike 2. Big motion, had been pulling the string on loose. Pitching a real fine game in a tough ballpark in which to pitch from the standpoint of the long ball. Doesn't take much to hoist them out of here in any sector. The 2-strike pitch to Skowron. Low outside for a ball. Skowron struck out, grounded to second. This has been Ronnie Klein's finest performance of this season. Angels 3, Yankees nothing. And the pitch is just outside, 2-2. First half of the 7th inning. Now the 2-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Fired a fast one by him. Ronnie Klein strikes out Skowron. His 5th strikeout. And he hadn't walked anybody. Now John Blanchard grounded to second and popped to second. There's a high drive, and that one's going to be out of here into right field. A home run for Johnny Blanchard. So it's 3-1. Blanchard lofting one down the right field line. That's it. It didn't take much to hoist them out. All the runs been driven in by homers. They're just liable to set a record for most home runs hit in one ballpark in a year here this year. 15 were hit in
the 3 games between the Angels and the Orioles. Blanchard's first of the season. Here's Boyer, twice his single to right. And the pitch. Inside, ball 1. Johnny James in the bullpen. Should Shirley's turn come up in this inning, he may pinch hit for him. 1 out, 1 run in. Klein's delivery, swung on as a soft bouncer to short. Pickell up with it, flips on to Clue, and they're 2 away. A check swing by Boyer. Now Bobby Richardson, line to center and grounded to short. Angels 3, Yankees 1, 7th inning. The delivery is bunted and in behind the plate, foul. Strike 1. No balls, 1 strike. And the pitch. It's low outside for a ball, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the 1-1 delivery to Richardson. Swung on, a bouncer hit foul down the third baseline. 1-2. Spain comes out of the Yankee dugout and motions down to the bullpen for Jim Coates to get up. He had been warming up before. Line into the windup. The pitch to Richardson, swung on, line between third and short to left field for a base hit. Serve goes back in. Richardson's on with a single to left. And we'll have a pinch hitter now for Shirley. Maybe Yogi, we'll see. It's going to be Yogi Berra. Berra will bat for Shirley. Hitting .220. 9 for 42. Field and Truman Clevenger. Jim Coates is warming up all alone now for New York. 2 outs in the 7th, 3-1 Angels. The pitch to Yogi, swung on. There's a drive that deep to right field, and the ball is gone. It's high ball game. Yogi Berra hits the first pitch, pinch hitting for a home run. And she's all deadlocked at 3-3. Stepped up and hit the first one, and we're tied. 3-3. Yogi's second of the season. And his 320th Major League homer. He was the first man ever to hit a pinch hit homer in a World Series. Tony Kubek up. And the delivery in there for a strike. 0-1. And the pitch to Tony is inside. Ball 1, 1-1. One strike. 2 out. Ronnie Klein goes to the windup. The pitch to Kubek. Swung on and fouled off. Strike 2. 1-2. Yankees 3, Angels 3. 7th inning. And the 1-2 pitch. Swung on, hit back to the box. Ryan grabs it, throws on to first in time, and the side's retired. For New York, 3 runs, 3 hits, no errors, and no one left on. And at the end of 6 1/2 innings, the score, the Yankees 3, the Angels 3. Jim Coates will be coming in to do the pitching for New York. Berra's homer relieved Bob Curley of any responsibility in the game. It's up to Coates to win or lose as it now stands. And as you now stand in your favorite tavern, a great place to listen to the game, talk things over with your friends, I hope you're standing next to good supply of Ballantine beer on tap. Ball games and Ballantine go together like two folks in love. That's because Ballantine adds to your enjoyment of a game or the enjoyment of anything you do by refreshing you as nothing else can. The reason for Ballantine's clear, crisp refreshment can be summed up in 2 words: light and lager. You see, lightness and lager beer flavor are the 2 things a beer must have to refresh. And I tell you, Ballantine beer gives you the best of both. That's what makes it the crisp refresher. So you make that famous 3-ring sign and ask the man for Ballantine. Your first swallow, and each one to follow, will tell you how over 5 million glasses of Ballantine are enjoyed every day. We pause for station identification.
You're in tune with Quality Modern Radio, 1460 on your dial. This is WOKO, Albany, New York. WOKO time, 28 minutes past 6.
Steve Bilko will come up to bat for Ronnie Klein in the last of the 7th. Home run haven, that's what this is. Murderous on a pitcher. Steve Bilko comes up. Bob Curley went 6 innings, allowed 4 hits, walked 5, struck out 5, gave up 3 runs. 2 homers, one of them following a walk, gave the Angels their 3. Jim Coates delivers. Bilko takes time inside. Pearson homered in the 3rd, and Wagner in the 5th with 1 on. Bothfield and Garber warming up for the Angels. Maybe Bothfield coming in with Lopez, Maris, and Mantle coming on, but we'll see. Here's the pitch to Bilko. It's in there, strike 1. The other hand with right-hander leading off, Maris the left-hand batter, and Mantle switches, and then Skowron, so bet you can go there, so whether you have a left-hander or a right-hander. Here's the delivery. Low outside, ball 2, 2-1. Yankees 3, Angels 3, the last of the 7th. Jim Coates into the windup. The pitch to Bilko, high. 3-1 count now. Coates making his 6th appearance. Has a record of 1 win, no losses. His 5th relief chore. Started 1 game. Saved the game for 4 to Minnesota May 4th. Worked the last 3 innings in fine style, giving giving up just one hit. Now the 3-1 pitch to Bilko. It's in there, strike 2, full count. Full count. The 3-2 pitch. It's low, ball 4. Bilko drew a walk. Steve Bilko batting for Klein, walk. And here's Albie Pearson coming up. We're going to have a runner for Bilko. Sadowski will run for Bilko. Catcher Ed Sadowski running for Bilko. Now Albie Pearson, walk, homered and walk. 3-3 ball game, last of the 7th. Boyer shortening up at third. The delivery to Pearson is inside, ball 1. Both Skowron and Boyer charge the plate. They have a charge account. Arroyo is loosening up for New York. 1-0 count on Pearson. Sadowski leading away from first. Here's the pitch, and it's swung on, foul back upstairs. He's going to try and drive that one by Skowron. A 1-1 count. Pearson steps out, takes a look at Fred. See how Wrigley plays it now. He goes back to the bunt or has him swinging away. 3-3. It's the last of the 7th. Sadowski leads off first. Coached into the stretch. Boyer coming in. The pitch is taken high. Ball 2. 2-1. Yankees again were charging in. One strike. 3-3 the score, nobody out. Sadowski on first. Coach ready, delivers, and the pitch is high. Ball 3, 3-1. Count. Aspromonte on deck with Wagner and Kluszewski to follow. Ready for the 3-1 pitch. Here it is. And it's high, ball 4, and Pearson walks. Third time in the game he's walked. Sadowski moves to second. Coach walks the first too many bases. And now the Angels have Aspromonte, Wagner, Kluszewski serve. We'll see what Wrigley does with Aspromonte. Again, they're ready. Here comes Moose charging in. And the pitch is taken for a ball. And Blanchard had a chance for a pickoff towards second. The ball popped down to the mid. Sadowski was way off on his way toward third. Ball 1. Again, the stretch by Coach. And the pitch. It's It's bunted toward third. Coach up with it. Close to third base in time. They got the front runner. Jim Coates broke to the third baseline, grabbed the bunt, and fired to Boyer to knock off Sadowski. Pearson moves to second. Aspromonte safe at first on the fielder's choice play on the bunt. And now here's Leon Wagner. Took a third strike, line to center, and then hit a home run. His third in 2 games, in addition to a triple. Runners lead away from first and second. 1 out. 3-3 to score. The pitch in there for a strike. 0-1. Wagner can be a great hitter in this park because he's got power to all fields. You don't have to hit far to get him over a fence. He can hit far anyway. Here's the delivery. In tight for a ball. 1-1. Ted Kozuski's on deck. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 out, 2 on. Pearson on second. Aspromonte on first. 3-3 to score. Last to the 7th. Coates into the stretch. Wagner, left-hand hitter. Here's the pitch, and it is swung on and hit down by the third baseline. Pearson will score. There goes Aspromonte, hit it for third, and he may wave him in. He's held up at third. He dives back to third in time. A double for Wagner down the third baseline. And the Angels are back out in front, 4-3. Wagner driving in his third run of the game. 14 the season. As he sliced the grounder inside the third baseline. Aspromonte rounded third and had to dive back in on the throw from Lopez to Boyer. And now Ralph Houck is out of the dugout with Arroyo warming up and Krasuski up. Houck is out to the mound to talk over the situation. Just 1 out. And he's pitching away from Wagner, and he hit it the opposite direction. Down the third baseline, and Arroyo is coming on. Worked 1/3 of an inning. Walked 2 men, allowed 1 hit. So far has been charged with 1 run. Is responsible for 2 men aboard. And the Angels lead by a score of 4-3. Coming on for the 8th time this season. Saved a game, the first game of this series, the Yankees won 5-4. The victory going to McDevitt. Ted Kozuski coming up will find 2 men on in scoring position. Bob Serb is on deck. His last 8 times up in this series, Wagner's had a double, a triple, and 3 homers. Ted Kozuski steps in with runners on second and third. 1 out, 1 run in. The Angels leading 4-3. And they're going to put him on. First base open. up a double play situation, but you've got Bob Serb coming up. So Suzuki gets an intentional walk. The 8th pass given up by Yankee pitchers today. On third, Wagner on second, and Suzuki on first with 1 out. Bob Serb up, walked, grounded to third twice. The windup by Arroyo, the pitch, outside, ball 1. Danny McDevitt in the bullpen. Bob Serb up with 1 out, 3 on. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 1. 1-1. Strike. 3-men lead away. They pitch to serve. Swung on and missed. Strike 2. 1-2. Outside. Ball 1. Danny McDevitt in the bullpen. Bob Serb up with 1 out, 3 on. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 1. 1-1. One ball, 1 strike. 3-men lead away. They pitch to serve. Swung on and missed. Strike 2. 1-2. Moves off third. Wagner off second. Suzuki off first. Bob digs in. The windup by Arroyo. Around comes the left arm. The pitch. And it is swung on. Bounce towards short. Kubek over to Richardson for 1. Back to first. Double. Play in the sides. Retired. And that's what they were aiming for. 1 run. 1 hit. No errors and 2 men left on at the end of 7 innings. The Angels 4 runs. 5 hits. 1 error. And 7 left on. The Yankees, 3 runs, 7 hits, no errors, and 4 men left on base. The Yankees will be home next Friday night with a front-running, high-flying Detroit Tigers. Next Friday night, Saturday afternoon will be a ladies' day and a doubleheader next Sunday. Washington Senators will be in on Tuesday night, the 16th, Wednesday afternoon, the 17th. The Yankees then make a quick trip to Cleveland and return to the stadium for a Sunday doubleheader with the Baltimore Orioles on Sunday, May the 21st, and a Monday night game, the 22nd. The Red Sox come in Wednesday afternoon, the 24th, Thursday night, the 25th, then the White Sox for a big weekend series. Friday night, the 26th, Saturday afternoon, the 27th, the ladies' day, and a doubleheader on Sunday, the 28th. Ned Garber comes in to pitch as we go to the 8th inning. Ronnie Klein, in 7 innings, allowed 7 hits, didn't walk anybody, struck out 5, was charged with 3 runs. It's Klein's ball game to win if Garber holds the Yankees at bay. It is Jim Coates' ball game to lose if the score stays as is, or that is to say, if the Yankees don't tie, then and the Angels win. If the Yankees do not tie before the Angels win, then it will be Coates' ball game to lose. He having given up the lead run. Hector Lopez leads off in the first half of the 8th. Grounded to short, hits the box, and grounded to short. Ned Garber. A right-hander. Making his 4th appearance. 0-2. The Yankees beat him 4-2 in the start at New York, April 20th. He's relieved twice since. of breaking stuff. Keep the ball low. Goes to the windup, and in comes the pitch. High and inside. Ball one. Didn't keep that one low. Lopez, nothing for three. The 1-0 delivery. Swung on, hit high, foul off first, and it's going to be out of play. A 1-1 count. One strike. In comes the pitch. Swung on. There's a high fly ball to center. Pearson goes back to the wall and jumps, and he loses it. And into second goes Lopez with a double. As Pearson jumped high on the fence, got his glove on the ball and couldn't hold it. And it's a two-base hit for Lopez. Maris comes up. Line to left, single to center, and single to right center. Dick Mosefield back up to warm up. 4-3 Angels. It's the 8th inning. Clevenger and Mosefield in the bullpen. Ned Garver ready to pitch to Maris. And the delivery. Swung on and missed. Strike one. 0-1. Wally Moses hollering down from first base. Four to three favor the Angels. It's the 8th inning. Lopez on second. Nobody out. Garver ready. Burkell slips behind Lopez, the throw, but Lopez is back. No balls, one strike. Garver to the stretch. And the pitch to Maris is low. Ball one, 1-1. One strike. Garver again set. Lopez moves off second. Here's the pitch, and Maris takes outside. Ball 2-1. He delivers, and Maris takes it outside for ball 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike. Set, looks around the runner. Here's the pitch, and it's outside. Ball 4. Maris walks. Up comes Mantle, who's been hitless in 3 trips. Mickey, whose spectacular hitting carried the Yankees, has gone into a decline in this series. Struck out, grounded to first, and looked at the third strike. Now Bill Wrigley comes out of the dugout. As Mosefield and Clevenger, the man will do up. And Rickney, looking toward the bullpen, hasn't made a decision as yet. be? The left-hander or the right-hander? Knapp asked Wrigley, and Wrigley says, let me see now. I may not bring in either. Now he goes back to the mound, talking to Garber, and Knapp asked him who will it be, and Wrigley still hasn't said. Now he says, let's have the left-hander. And now here is Ralph Houck coming out to argue with Knapp for Wrigley taking too much time deciding who he wanted to pitch. Houck is arguing about Wrigley throwing out easily and not deciding what he wanted to do. And Houck is arguing with Knapp for allowing pitchers to take more time to warm up. Now Houck leads. So Garber leaves. Worked the two batters, gave up a double and a walk. And Ted Boesfield is coming in. Boesfield coming on. McMahon will turn around that right-hander, but he's pretty good right-handers with that curve in on the fist and his sinker. Now Wrigley calls Knapp over to talk to him. And now Wrigley wants to go out and talk to Boesfield, but Knapp says it's going to count one of your 2 times, I believe, having already left the mound. The manager's trying to nibble at the rules, circumvent them where they can. A lot of times it's done just to upset others on the other side. Sometimes just to excite the crowd. So Mantle is up. Lopez on second, Maris on first. And Boesfield ready to work. Keep that curve ball breaking low when he can. Try to get Mantle on the ground. 4-3 Angels, 8th inning. Here's the pitch. Up high, fastball, ball 1. Very high. He'll use that to try to hit her up. Boesfield to the stretch. And the pitch. It's in there for a strike. 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Bill Skowron on deck. Angels leading 4-3 in the 8th inning. The left-hander into the stretch and the pitch. Outside fastball. 2-1. Ball moving away from the right-hand hitter. Ted Boesfield making his 8th appearance. Worked the 3rd of an inning against the Yankees May 5th. Walked 2 men. His 3rd time out against them this season. A 2-1 count on Mantle. Lopez leads off second. Maris off first. Nobody out. 4-3 Angels, 8th inning. The left-hander ready, delivers, and Mantle swings and misses. The ball gets away from Averill, and the runners advance the base each. It's a pass ball. So Lopez moves to 3rd, and Maris to 2nd on a pass ball. Mantle took a real ripple. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Runners on 2nd and 3rd. The windup, here's the pitch, and Mantle strikes out. Swings and misses. 3rd time he struck out today. Curved him in on the handle. out, grounded to second, and struck out. Now Wrigley hours to ask for money to come in and talk to Bozefield. And now Knapp goes out to see what it's all about. And Wrigley is about to come out of the dugout. He may bring Clevenger in to pitch to Skowron. And that's what he's going to do. Clevenger will come in to pitch to Skowron. So Bozefield came in to pitch to one batter. And Clevenger will come in to pitch to the Moose. Rex Clevenger coming in to pitch to Skowron. Bozefield did his job. Got rid of Mantle. And now Clevenger's job is to get rid of the Moose without any damage. And we'll pause for station identification.
Quality Modern Radio, 1460 on your dial. This is WOKO, Albany, New York. The time in 10 seconds, 3 minutes to 7.
Rex Clevenger. He'll give you some good sharp breaking stuff. Making his 12th appearance. Pitching to the Moose, who's nothing for 3 and has struck out twice with runners on second and third, 1 out, and the Angels leading 4-3 in the 8th inning. Right-hander to the windup, the pitch to Skowron. Swung on and foul back, strike 1. Has a record of 2-1 in relief. His 12th appearance. Into the windup and the pitch to Skowron. High and inside. Ball 1, 1-1. The windup and the 1-1 pitch. Skowron swings and sends a roller down the third baseline, foul. Strike 2, 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. One and 2 the count now on Skowron. Give him all he's got here. Into the windup. Here's the pitch, and Skowron swings and misses. Strike 3. He gave him a big motion and threw him a let-up curve. So now there are 2 outs and runners on second and third. And they're going to put him on and pitch to Boyer. So Bill Wrigley had this one all figured out. It turned out the way he wanted it to. Bozefield strikes out Mantle, and Clevenger strikes out Skowron with the tying and leading runs in scoring position. And the tying run in position to have scored on and out. Now, there are 2 outs, bases loaded, and Cleat Boyer coming up. Single to right twice and grounded to short. Cleat Boyer at bat. 3 on, 2 outs. And this has been an exciting ball game. Clevenger and Boyer now with 2 away. Here's the pitch. It's in there. Strike 1. Nothing in 1. No balls, 1 strike. Three men lead away. Clevenger into the windup and the pitch to Boyer. Outside, ball 1. 1 and 1. Lopez leads off third. Maris off second. Blanchard off first. 2 down, 4-3. Favor the Angels. The windup and the pitch is low for a ball. Blocked nicely by Averill. 2-1 the count. That was a beautiful let-up curve he threw to Skowron with a fastball motion. 2 balls, 1 strike. Getting the sign. 3 men lead away. 2 out. The windup. In comes the pitch, and Boyer swings and misses. Strike 2, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. A 2-2 count. On third, Maris on second, Blanchard on first. 2 outs now. A 2-2 count. Clevenger ready. Shakes off the sign. Okay's the next one. Into the windup. Here's the pitch, and Cleat Boyer swings and bounces it to short. The throw to second for the 4th out. The side's retired. No runs. 1 hit, no errors, and 3 men left on. And at the end of 7.5 innings, the score, the Angels 4 and the Yankees 3. In the last half of the 8th inning, Earl Averill will be first up. Angels leading 4-3. We just had word that Jackie Johnson will rejoin the Boston Red Sox tomorrow. Luis Arroyo into the windup. In comes the pitch, and it is swung on. Hit out toward short. To his left is Kubek up with it. Throws to first in time, and there's 1 away. Delighted to hear that Jensen will come back. Now Gene Leake comes up. Loosening up. He'll go to the outfield for defensive purposes in the 9th. Leake took a 3rd strike, popped the 2nd, and singled to left. Arroyo's delivery is a curve inside. Ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Arroyo into the windup. And the pitch. Swung on. It's a high drive to deep right center. Mantle going back to the barrier, but that ball is gone into the bleachers. A home run for Gene Leake. And it's 5-3 in favor of the Angels. The high fly ball into right center. the season and his second of his major league career. Now Fritz Backel grounded to third, hit to the box, and struck out. The pitch is swung on, hit over the head of the pitcher out to short. Kubek up with it, fires on to Skowron, and Backel is retired. 2 away, and Truman Clevenger will be coming up. 5-3 now in favor of the Angels. Truman Clevenger at bat. Arroyo's pitch is swung on and missed. Strike one. McDevitt warming up for New York. Should the Yankees send the game into the 9th inning? Or should he be needed in this inning? Arroyo's pitch is inside for a ball. 1-1. Is swung on and missed. Strike 2. The Angels have hit 29 home runs so far. The Yankees have had 20. And the pitch. Swung on and missed. Dropped, picked up by Blanchard. He tags Clevenger. Truman Clevenger, and the side's retired. 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, no one left on. Stand of 8 innings. The Angels, 5 runs, 6 hits, 1 error, and 7 left on. The Yankees, 3 runs, 8 hits, no errors, and 7 men left on. 19,722 paid attendance today. Boston beat Minnesota 11-9 for Nelis in relief. Monbouc kept the winner. Pasquale the loser. Home runs worked. With 1 on, Schilling a grand slammer. Killebrew hit a pair, 1 with 1 on. In the National League, Los Angeles beat Pittsburgh 4-2. Koufax beat Witt. Neil Larker, 1 on, Howard, and Stuart Holming. Right now, Bobby Richardson up in the 9th inning. Takes the strike. Giants beat the Phils 7-0. Lowe's beat Roberts. Alou, Cepeda 2 on. Bailey homering. Cincinnati beat Milwaukee 5-4 in the first game of a doubleheader. Nunn in relief, the winner, and Spahn the loser. Clevenger delivers. Richardson swings and pops it up to first. And the catch is made by Klajewski and fouls out. Robinson 1 on post. Cardenas and Coleman homering in that Cincinnati Brave game. Second game, 2-0 Cincinnati under 5-02 on Notabart. St. Louis beats the Cubs 4-2 in the first game of a doubleheader, which was washed out at the end of 5 innings. Folio beat Cartwell. Now Jeff Gonder will come up and pitch hit for Arroyo. Left-hand batter takes the strike. 5-3 favor the Angels. It's the 9th inning. Now the pitch swung on. The ground ball hit out to second. Espumante bobbles it, picks it up, throws to first in time. And there are 2 away. Down now in the 9th, and Tony Kubek comes up. Grounded to first and second, grounded to third, and hit to the box. Clevenger's delivery is in there for a strike. Pitch is swung on and fouled back. Here's the pitch to Tony. Swung on and fouled off to the right of the plate. Strike 2, 0-2. 2 strikes. Here's the pitch on the way. Kubek swings and fouls. This is strike 3, and the ball game is over. And the Angels win it 5-3. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left on. We'll have the totals in a moment. You've got time to enjoy some of that crisp refresher Valentine beer while we check them up for you. The Angels, 5 runs, 6 hits, 1 error, and they had 7 men left on base. The Yankees had 3 runs, 8 hits, no errors, and 7 men left on. Ronnie Klein is credited with the win. He went 7 innings, allowed 7 hits. Didn't walk anybody, struck out 5, gave up 3 runs. Garber, Bozefield, and Clevenger finished up. And Klein wins his first game of the season, no losses. It is his 58th Major League win. The losing pitcher was Jim Coates. Bob Turley went 6 innings, allowed 4 hits, walked 5, struck out 5, and gave up 3 runs. Jim Coates, who came on in the 7th inning, was charged with 1 run, and Louis Arroyo with 1. Coates gave up the run that made the difference and is the pitcher of record. And so he is the losing pitcher and has a record now of 1-1. So the Angels take 2 out of 3 from the Yankees. The Yankees took the first game. And for those that may have tuned in late, the Angels took the lead in the 3rd inning when Pearson hit a home run. Then the Angels made it 3-0 in the 5th inning when Pearson walked and Wagner homered. The Yankees tied it in the 7th when Blanchard homered. With 2 outs, Richardson singled and Berra hit a pinch hit homer. And then in the last